You are watching Ghost Pimples Stories.
The Man Across the Street. It started in the middle of winter, where the snow falls thick and slow, and the world feels half asleep. Maya lived alone in a small apartment on the 4th floor of a quiet building downtown. It wasn't much: one bedroom, a creaky radiator, and a flickering street lamp outside that painted her room in a sickly orange light every night. She liked to sit by the window with a blanket and tea, watching the city below fade into silence. Until one night, she noticed him. At first, it was nothing unusual: a man standing on the sidewalk across the street, staring up at the buildings. She thought maybe he was lost. He wore a long black coat and a beanie pulled low over his head. The only thing she could see clearly was the faint red ember of a cigarette in the dark. But the next night, he was there again. And the next, always standing in the same spot, always at around 11 p.m., and always facing her building. She told herself it was coincidence. Big city, weird people, that's life. But something about the way he stood there, perfectly still, made her skin crawl. She started keeping her blinds closed. A week passed. One morning, when Maya left for work, she noticed something strange. A footprint in the snow directly beneath her window. A single, heavy boot print where no one should have been standing. Her apartment was 4 floors up, but below her window was a narrow ledge by the alley. Someone had been there. She went to the superintendent, an older man named Ellis, and told him she thought someone was hanging around the building at night. He sighed and promised to check the cameras. 2 days later, he said the footage didn't show anything unusual. But when he said it, he wouldn't meet her eyes. That night, she dreamed of tapping, slow, deliberate tapping on her window. When she woke up, her heart pounding, there was silence. She tried to shake it off, telling herself it was the wind or maybe a branch hitting the glass. But when she opened her phone, she froze. There was a message request from an unknown account. "You look sad when you drink tea." No profile picture, no name, just those words. She deleted it immediately, blocked the account, and shoved her phone under the pillow. But she didn't sleep again that night. Every sound made her flinch. The next morning, she called her friend Leah, trying to sound casual. She told her about the man, about the message, about the footprint. Leah told her to go to the police. But what could she say? "I think someone might be watching me." They tell her to install better locks and move on. So she decided to ignore it, until she got home that evening and found her apartment door unlocked. She froze in the hallway. She knew she'd locked it. She always locked it. Her hands were shaking as she slowly pushed the door open. Everything looked the same. The lights were off. The tea mug was still on the table. The blanket still draped over the couch. But there was a faint smell she couldn't place. Something metallic, almost sweet. She checked every room, every corner, under the bed, inside the closet. Nothing. And then she saw it. On the kitchen counter, where she never left anything but mail, was a small Polaroid photo. It was her, sitting by the window, tea in hand, the glow of the street lamp on her face. The photo was taken from outside. She called the police that time. They came, asked questions, took the photo, and promised to patrol the area. The officers were polite, but there was a look in their eyes, that mix of pity and disbelief. That night, she slept with every light on, but sleep didn't come easily. The radiator clanked, pipes groaned, the city outside whispered with life. Around 2 a.m., she heard something faint, a creak, like a floorboard under slow, careful footsteps. Inside her apartment, she sat up, holding her breath. It stopped. Minutes passed. She told herself she imagined it, that her mind was turning shadows into monsters. She closed her eyes. Then she heard it again, closer this time. A low shuffle from the hallway. Her breath caught. She reached for her phone, hands trembling. The screen glowed in the dark, and as she unlocked it, Her heart dropped. Another message. No name, no picture, just words. Don't turn around. She froze. The air felt thick, heavy. She could hear her own pulse pounding in her ears. And then, a whisper behind her. Soft, male, right next to her ear. I told you not to. When the police arrived later that morning, the door was wide open, the lights still on, and the apartment empty. Her phone was on the floor beside the couch. The screen was cracked, but still lit up, showing the last photo saved in the camera roll. A blurry image, taken from behind. Maya, sitting on the couch, phone in hand. And just behind her, a shadowed figure leaning in, face half hidden, lips almost touching her ear. No one ever saw Maya again. But sometimes, late at night, people walking down her street say they see someone standing beneath that same flickering street lamp. A tall man in a long black coat, staring up at the fourth-floor window. And if you look too long, some swear you can see another figure watching from the window above.